dude just said the dumbest shit ever. But this track is dope.
Right.
SheababyTv was good.
Yeah.
But this part was dope. Right? Like, there could be a restaurant that...
You say you about to sell your shoes in a minute?
Shine my shoes.
It's crazy. But I'm in media. We ain't gonna let this happen. I gotta talk to a human. I can't do no interview with no bots. So over here at SheababyTv, we looking for real artists. We ain't looking for no bots at all. We looking for real human beings. Let's take a look at what FN
We accustomed like this before. I'ma always get money, no problem. On top, but we started from the bottom. Every day I get fly, I'm so hollow. If they ask me where I'm from New York, baby. Whoa.
Rocking on this deal, got me feeling whole. Whipping it, dropping it.
Yo, man, listen, man. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, this is the crazy shit. The platform really with sports and hip hop.
Yeah.
But when I was introduced to coming to the game with what we about to come to the game with, I don't know. They got me interested in this part of the game, B. For real.
It's all right.
Nah, cause yo, niggas don't. Yo, listen, bro. If you play basketball and you really do this shit, ain't nothing like y'all niggas, man.
Yo, that's what's up. That's love.
Nah, for real, B. That's like I'm a nigga that came up, you know, in the game, like just, you know, I was just happy to just be in the city. You feel me?
Right,
if the NIL was out back then, homie would definitely have made a mill.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
NIL deals would have been sick for my man right here. For real, for real. Yeah, Rock, thank you, man. Give him a bomb, Tone.
Rock don't know what he did for Apex.
Yo, did you see in the interview when we did with Red Freeman, my brother was like, he brought up Ramel Lloyd, right, Tone?
Who 5?
No, my brother brought him up to 5 because we were just talking about, you know, like the years, the city, the game.
The era was crazy.
That era.
The era was crazy, yo.
And my brother was like, hold on. Ramel Lloyd. He said, oh, yeah, facts. Them boys was crazy in Hayes. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all niggas had Hayes lit.
yeah, no doubt.
Give him a bomb, Tone. So, yo.
The high socks and the headband, Kevin. The high socks and the headband.
No doubt.
Bro, listen, I got everything planned out for this interview, ready to roll. But before we get there, you gotta understand this why I had to bring this up first. We were Westchester. We were stepping at Rob Harris is our guy.
Yeah, no doubt, Rob.
You know what I'm saying?
I just talked to Rob the other day, matter of fact.
Facts. No, the reason I brought this up was
just posted a picture of y'all when y'all went to France.
Yeah, like
no doubt.
when you the city kids, like they high school teams, you know, was Hayes, Rice, St. Raymond's. So they went to a lot of those games because it was easy for them to get to. Our games where we went to in Westchester was Stepinac, right, Tone?
Yeah.
So in that conference, there was 2 teams we couldn't wait to see. It was LaSalle and fucking Cardinal Hayes. Right, Tone?
Yeah. Word.
Am I right or
The
wrong?
whole city was crazy, man. Everybody.
And Iona.
No, but when y'all came to Westchester, bro, it was like the gym was like it was like the garden in there, B.
Yeah, we played there every year too.
Every year.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie, you came to play every single time. That's a fact. You said I had to. 100%.
Ain't no other way to do it.
Facts.
You already know.
So, Rock, where did you grow up at?
Well, you know, a lot of people don't really know. Like I was born and raised in Harlem first. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up in Drew Hamilton Projects, 141st at 8th Ave. And then you know, when I got a little older, when I got to be like 10 or 11, I moved to the Bronx. So I moved over to the Bronx, Forest Avenue, 166 in Forest, you know, right across the street from the projects. And you know what I'm saying? Obviously I went to high school in the Bronx and all that. So most people just assume I'm from there, but you know, I like
so
the
Forest.
I like the red
That's
bone.
Fat Joe's project.
Yeah, right. I grew up right, Fat Joe on my block, all that, like right on the corner.
Facts.
Shorty.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, so this is the crazy shit though. This is why I said it's like they don't understand that era is like it's epic, Tone. It's like there will never ever be another one like this. You're like last week, Reg Freeman, he's talking about balling, but the shit that he's balling in he's coming up with Fat Joe. Reg Freeman coming up with Sex, Money, Murder.
Yeah.
This is ugly times.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
And these guys still made it through and made it to college. Give them a bomb, Tone. You feel me?
Word, I feel you.
Okay, so growing up, you grew up in Harlem, but you was raised in the Bronx.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, facts. So how did it all start? I'm jumping right into this. How the fuck did you wind up at Gauchos? Like, how did it even start to even, I gotta know these things, Rock. Because, you know,
the Gaucho,
we're going to get to this
story
too.
is crazy, though. The Gaucho story is crazy because...
You know what? How about this before we get started? What came first? Gauchos or the name?
The Gauchos on rock?
Yes.
Well, you know, my name actually was always my name when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? When I was born, I was big. Like, my family named me Rocky. It was Rocky. You know what I'm saying? And then as I continued to play and get better and notarized, the Y dropped off and they just started calling me Rock. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really a basketball thing, but we parlayed it into that. You know what I mean?
You know, I don't know if you knew this, but I mean, of course you did. You was living in New York, watching TV like everyone else. When I first started hearing about you, it's like when the TV show, what was the TV show with The Rock?
Yeah, The Rock. Yeah,
I always thought the name came from the TV show.
Facts. Give yourself a bomb, Tone. That's a fact.
Yeah, the garbage
100%. Okay, so hold on, I just had to post that real quick because Instagram did some bullshit on our other page, man. We had another guy on the page. He threw up a gang sign, and somebody else flagged it and said that we were like. So I said no. I promoted a song for the guy.
Right.
Yeah, and they banned me for a month and a half. I'm like, oh, whatever. It's just like I see what it is. Instagram. Once you start getting lit, they start trying to put holes on you. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, but it's okay. We got another page.
Sorry,
we're ahead of the game. That's a fact. All right. So you said your family gave you the name Brock. Yeah. So around what age did you say, you know what? I think basketball is for me.
Yeah, it's a funny story. I mean, basketball was really my last sport that I actually fell in love with. You know what I'm saying? I started playing baseball first when I was a young kid. That moved on to football, whatever. But like I used to be in the, you know, like baseball, you got to have a lot of people to play with. You know what I'm saying? So I had my boys. We used to play. They're a little older than me. And then they started going to the courts to play basketball. So I didn't really have nobody to hoop, you know, to do my baseball joint with.
Yeah.
So I used to just walk over there to the park. I wasn't good. I was big. I wasn't good enough. And I used to go over there and just hoop just because my boys was over there. Right. And I'm assuming when I got to be like 10, 11, you know what I'm saying, when I moved to the Bronx, I started playing a little more because my older cousin, he was playing at the time. He was playing at, we went to St. Peter and Paul Middle School. In the Bronx, which, you know, we had a lot of talent. He started playing. So I really was just trying to follow, you know, my older cousin and kind of just be chilling with the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And then just so happened I started really becoming good. I said about 12 years old, like I realized I was like kind of nice in the joint. You know what I'm saying? So I fell in love with it then.
Facts. Nah, because these are questions that I'm just trying to figure out because, like, of course we didn't. Me and my brother, I guess. So how you think? What grade you think we was in when we discovered rock? This had to be like.
It had to be. I would say since Felipe Lopez and Stephon Marbury's junior year.
Yes.
So
yes.
So Philippe was Philippe was actually a year ahead of Steph. So I was 96. Steph was 95 and Philippe was 94. But they always played on the same Gaucho team though, so people think
that's what we were talking about today, Tone. Yeah, and I gotta say this: 1996 is the best basketball class ever touched the ball. Do you agree?
NYC. I'm
No,
gonna say
I can't say NYC. I'm saying period. That year, yo, was Kobe, Nash.
I'm gonna definitely agree because
you're a part of that class, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm a part of that class.
A lot of people can't stand on 2 feet and say that.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that class
That's the craziest draft class ever, bro.
That class was crazy.
From New York or period?
Period.
Oh, of course, you talk about the Slam magazine.
No, and I'm saying to have all those caliber of players in 1 year, and you still, that's why I said Rock is a killer, because there's still to make it to Syracuse. We're going to touch on that too.
Yeah.
But once to make it that far, period, with that class, niggas, if you play ball at those times, you know there was no fucking Instagram. A lot of these kids are famous. They have no game.
Yeah, no doubt. They get famous off of highlights. You know what I'm saying?
Am I lying or not?
Their whole game is more highlights. I mean, I'm not knocking the young fellas. They got to do what they got.
No, I watched the interview. You said that. You said that. You saw.
Actually, I remember that era. I remember, St. Ray's loaded, Rice loaded, and then Cardinal Hayes was just Rock. I don't know.
No, that's the thing.
No, I know there was other players, but I'm just trying to think like that's who only person you really remember. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. But to me, what made him stand out was because he was on the teams. He was like, he did the right move. If you ask me, he went to the school where, like you just said, you thought of Rock.
Well, like I said, like my cousin went to Hayes, right? Like I could have went to St. Ray's, like all them schools,
of course,
including me coming out, right?
My cousin who went to the NBA with the Hayes.
Of course, yo, listen, that's the thing I was speaking to Reggie about. It was like I knew all about Reggie Freeman in high school, but I couldn't really tell you. I couldn't remember too much of the high school eras with him. I remember more of the AAU era.
Older though. Reg is 2 years.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to say he went to Rice. So Reg, look what he did in fucking Texas.
Yeah, nah, he was a leading.
He could have did the same thing at Rice.
But a legend. Yeah, he nothing but a legend. But
nothing but a legend.
The thing
he could have did the same thing at Rice.
Yeah, what I did was I didn't have success in high school. I had individual success, but it took me until my senior year to get my team to have the success. We was first place in the league. We was one of the top teams in the country my senior year, but it took a lot of work for us to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like we built that shit from scratch. And
100%.
By the time we was seniors, then wasn't really nobody fucking with us. Like we lost. The team who won the chip that year was Rice, and we beat them twice that year. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that how good we was as a team. They end up winning the city championship and everything, and they was loaded. But we just had a bunch of guys. We played together for 4 years, pretty much. We were all seniors. Everybody knew their role, and we had myself, and I heard y'all talking on the other joint. You was thinking about the big fellas, Big Phil Murray. It was part.
That's who I was thinking of.
Yeah. So it was me, Phil, Brian Gibbs, Shaheen.
Yes.
Now we had what's funny though, we had crazy talent, but people ain't know because. Jeffrey Gray was on that team with me.
Yes, Jeff is a killer with the Ruckus.
Yeah.
That's Ricardo's little brother, right?
He was young, that's Ricky's brother, but he was junior, so he didn't really play that.
I forgot they call him Cholo, right?
Cholo, yeah.
Cholo was on that team, yes.
Most people don't know either. We had Eric Opio on that team too, and nobody
I remember him.
Yeah, he Opio on there. So
that's a good team.
We had the twins, we had the Dominican crew on the juniors. They just didn't play that much because we were seniors, but we was loaded though.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we was trying to figure that all out today. Like just who was on these teams, right? That's a fact. Nigga said Cholo could shoot that.
Cholo was a killer. Once I left, Cholo took the city over. He just needed his own team. He took Hayes over the next year, and he went crazy.
Facts. Shout out to Cholo. That's a fact. That's a fact.
I love when Mount St. Marcos plays Hayes because the crowd says Mount smokes Hayes. Facts.
Mount was crazy because
that was like Justin Dunlap in them, right?
Yeah.
I remember all of it.
Dunlap and My man, you know, I always had this little thing with Jay Lockhart, you know what I'm saying?
Lockhart! Because he was Riverside. Yo, I'm glad you touched on that. Because that was my next question. Who was your rival in high school that you just wanted to kill him every single time?
Well, you know, honestly, I wanted to kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like, you know, I just felt like I just had to go at niggas every time I played against them. You know
Facts.
This was how I played. But Jared Lockhart was different because he was my age, he was my class, and Jay Hart was Jay Lockhart.
And he was Riverside.
Jay Lockhart was extremely, like, he was a child phenom. Like, he was so nice when we was young. I'm talking about from 10 years old. Like, he was the #1 player in the country in our class for a long time.
Facts.
And so I always measure myself up against him because he was way beyond us as far as his talent, his size, and everything. So he was like the measuring stick for my class, at least.
No, 100%. I know exactly who he is.
Yeah. So by the time
Light-skinned
we
dude
got
used to
to
wear
high
the one
school,
sock high. One high sock. Hey, yo, bro,
crazy.
I remember. Y'all niggas was superstars, bro.
Yeah, he was
in New York City.
Was crazy, man.
There was there was. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell you what I remember, Shay. The Averex jacket, the collars up with the Gap hat.
Yes, that's Rock.
Rock had the Gap hat.
Yeah, I stayed with an AV though.
I hate to sound like a fan, but I was like, yo, damn.
He told me.
I was a little nigga.
My nigga, we love sports.
Niggas was like idols to me. Like,
yes.
That's what's up. Yeah, I mean,
those are like the first people you got to meet off the newspaper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
No, same thing. That's all love. That's, I mean,
my nigga, yo, listen.
I felt the same way about, you know what I mean?
Yo,
I'd have hit it on the head though with the Gap hat, and
Nah,
you definitely had the Gap hat also.
He said definitely did.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a fact. Nah, but we was talking about this with Reg. Like, y'all niggas was different. Like, you know, you like when y'all.
Matter of fact, when I went to Stepping Egg, that was my whole look. The Eastern shoes,
yes,
the Averex, and the Gap hat.
He said word.
Yeah, that's
We
what's
used
up.
to have
Man.
practice at Gaucho's, and he used to come walk right around the corner from Cardinal Hayes.
Yeah,
you would sometimes see him walking when we used to get. Yo, come on, remember?
That's a fact. Yeah, so
yeah.
nah, my nigga, we love those best eras. That's why I say it. And that's why it leads up to this question right here. Because you know this is a hip-hop platform too. So
no doubt.
Those years, let's say you say you graduated in 96?
Yeah, 96.
So you know what? We're going to take 92 out. 93 to 96. What the fuck was in? Because I remember you guys used to place to have headphones on. That's when that era. Y'all started that.
With the headphones on.
With the headphones on and warm up.
I always thought they did that so they have to sign autographs.
I didn't start that?
Yeah, the big joints, the big headphones.
Y'all ever ain't start that though?
I don't know. I know I used to rock them. I don't know if we started them or not. But
that's the first time we seen it.
That was the first time mixtapes, all that, the big headphones. I used to think they wear the headphones so they didn't have to sign autographs.
Facts. So, what was in those headphones from 93 to 96? What was getting rocked? What got rocked to Syracuse? What got rocked to Long Beach?
I mean, I used to.
Because you know music's an inspiration.
A lot of DMX, a lot of Method Man. And Beth came out with his first joint. You know, the single. I mean, not the single, but his own album. We used to rock that.
Facts.
And you know, I was a big R&B guy too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I was already too naturally hyped up to always listen to some hype shit before the game. So I used to have to calm myself down a little bit. So I would you know, R. Kelly at the time was my dude.
Facts, of course. Yo, listen, I still play R. This is bugging if you ain't gonna play R. Come on, son.
Yo, he ain't no different than everybody else.
Yeah, he's a human. It is what it is. Everybody got a little weakness. I mean, his is a little crazy, but you know,
but that was
what it is.
Yeah, that's what I used to rock for the most part. A lot of R&B just to chill because I was already hyped. You know.
Facts. No, I'm glad you answered that because you know just get a little bit with the hip hop people that's on the page. Look familiar when I repost this tomorrow on the page and shit like that. All right, so now it's time to get this spicy. You feel me, Tone?
Let's get it.
All right, so you're in high school, going to Cardinal Hayes. Before we get to college, let's talk about these gauchos.
Yeah.
Because a lot of niggas was like me. Like I was a gaucho, but I wasn't really a gaucho. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I went on all the trips. I balled in the tournaments, UDC, Rucker, that did the circuit, did everything. Family.
Yeah.
But there was only a certain amount of people that were really, really, like, can I say, the people that they knew that was going to go to the next level with their game and financially. Because Reg said on the last interview, Reg was like, yo, all I know, I used to go upstairs, I used to just wait for the bag.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was it the same way with Rock? We talking to all the killers.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, Gauchos took care of us for sure, you know, as far as my shoes, my gear, my school, my tuition, you know, things of that nature. Man, playing with the Chos was everything. And I think for me it was like how I got so locked in, because obviously my high school was right around the corner.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Every day.
See, that's why I say that, because like I didn't get no tuition paid. Like I was on the teams. I loved them.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, that's why I asked these questions, because these were things as I got older, you know, I started coaching in the AAU game and I started seeing, okay, this is what it's about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
yeah, that's why I was loving to get these interviews, because you know the NIL is out.
Yep.
You know, all these programs are legendary. There's nothing that, you know, there's things that I wanted to talk about with, you know, that's and you know, that's why I fuck with Reg. Reg set the tone. Keep it real, Tone. Reg set the tone. 100%. Yeah, so
shout out high five.
Yeah, high five, definitely. So Gauchos definitely help get to where you needed to go.
Yeah, because you know the biggest thing, honestly, is the access to a gym. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in New York City, you know, you know, we outside most of the time, and then once the weather changes, it's a wrap. Like you can't, you know, you ain't outside hooping in the winter.
Yeah,
so
there was a time he was definitely like every time we went to Gauchos, he was there.
No, I live there. I live there, no doubt. Like if I would leave my high school every day, even after my own practice, and I'm going
but that's
down
what I'm
to
trying to say, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these, that's why I asked these. That's why I asked these questions, because y'all had a glow on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I had a glow on y'all.
Dedicated to this shit. You have to be
and
listen,
besides
if you didn't do that in that city, you was gonna get your ass bust.
Yeah, but it's obvious y'all was producing, because nobody's giving nobody in those eras, in those times. Nowadays, niggas is getting scholarships for the hell of it. Yeah. But in those times, you had to be a killer.
Yeah, no doubt.
There was no ifs, ands about it. There was no like you know, let me see your highlights on Instagram. These niggas was there watching you.
Yeah.
You know how real you had to be just to walk from Cardinal Hayes to Gaucho's gym with an Averex on?
No. But that's why these were the questions that I asked about, you know, even with and that's why I'm glad that, you know, that they told the honest answers, told him and Reg, because it was obvious. These, like I said, they had a glow with them. These niggas were clean. Averexes. I'm talking about, they look like rappers. Am I lying, Rock?
Can I tell you something?
Rock, the niggas that were stars, they didn't look different?
Yeah, they was a little different.
Real different. No, really different, my nigga. Shit was crazy at those times, bro. Yeah. Like you could tell, like the niggas that were nice when they walked in the gym.
You like, yo, that's that nigga right there.
Come on, son. No faces on. They just look like money.
People knew more about high school basketball than they did underground rap.
Right, facts. For real. Yes, high school basketball was big. Like I said, on TV, there was only a few things to watch. It was, they only showed college basketball maybe twice a week. Yeah. And then there was MSG. They used to show the high school report. Yeah, you couldn't wait to go home and watch that.
Yeah, that was everything.
What's the guy's name? Fran Fichilla?
No, it was Mike something, right?
Fran was Mike Waters.
Yes.
Mike. I know who you're talking about. His name was Mike, though.
Mike something, but he was serious.
Yeah,
he was serious.
Yeah, I remember.
Sponsored by Snapple.
Yo, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know why they stopped that. You know how big that would be right now?
Nah, it's just too much. It's too much
competition
right now. Yeah,
they would be losing, right?
So, you know, as soon as the game is over now, niggas got a 20-minute highlight on the social media. So that take away from your anticipation to wait for a week to see some shit.
Mike Quick. Shout out there in the moment. He said Mike Quick. He called it out.
No doubt, Mike Quick.
Because I saw one of your interviews that you did. We're gonna get back to the questions, but I saw one of your interviews that you did, and I was very, very impressed by the way you delivered that in that interview because it made sense. He said, I was at the games, Tone, and then the kids rush home, put the highlights on Instagram, looking like they was destroying. He said, I was at the game. They had 100 turnovers getting killed.
Yeah, no, but you know this. That's a product. That's a product of everything that's going on. It's not even the kids, right? Everything always boils down to money. You know what I'm saying? So these people, like whether it's social media, they get money for posting certain things. So it turns into a popularity contest over your game. So if you popular and you got a bunch of followers, no matter how you play, they're going to present it like you played well because they want to make the video so they can make the money off the kid in the video.
Got you.
So it ain't about the kid. The kid ain't going home throwing that shit on and be like whatever. It's the adults in the game, and it's whether it be whoever it is. They going to get the views and they're going to get bread because this kid has these followers, and that's what all it's about. It's about bread.
Like one of the kids, I can't say I feel sorry for him, but I saw something on YouTube, which so what was that? That was the guy from the Mavericks that was talking, right?
Oh,
remember he was talking about the kid.
Yeah.
He was talking about Mikey Williams, right?
He was talking about Mikey, yeah.
Yeah, and yo, he was saying this kid got no, I'm sorry, I downgraded him. He has about 5 million followers on Instagram. So I saw the nigga laying up with some African dude with lions. You saw that?
Yeah, I know. You know, Mikey,
he was in Africa.
You know what I'm saying? Mikey's a young kid. You know, I know Mikey from California, so
yeah.
You know,
Is he
I've been
different
watching
though?
this kid since he's been young. He's super talented, but you got to also remember that with these kids, there's also a developmental process, right?
Got you.
No matter how nice you are when you're a young kid, there's still a bunch of times you're gonna look like shit, or you're not gonna play well. You're gonna make there's developmental time. And these kids' developmental time is monitored and videotaped all the time. You know what I'm saying? So they don't get a chance to so we saying we go talking about our era. We like, yo, if they had the videos back then, our shit would be crazy. Some shit will also be exposed as well. This time, you know what I'm saying? I can think back to games where I could be like, yo, I look like shit that game. Or you know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody sees that. So, and I would definitely when you see that, our legend grows bigger by the voice, but it's no video. So, every 10 years, people talk about a game. I had 20 in the game. By the time another 20 years go by, I had 50 in that game. Yeah. But these kids actually got video where they can go back and they can look. So, it's hard to grow up under that pressure sometime as well with the videos always there. Every time you play a game, you not only got college coaches with the pressure, but now you got 5 million viewers that's going to watch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, I think it's different. I think it's harder then, man. Because y'all didn't have no outlets. Like, if you really think about it, how the hell does everybody in New York know your name is Rocks?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah,
there was no magazine. There was no internet.
Yeah, like how we know that, right?
How do we know? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. It goes both ways though.
That's real viral.
You can get exposure or you could get exposed.
That's 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
okay, so let's keep it in before we get to college, let's keep it in high school.
Yeah.
Who is Rock's top? I'm gonna say 6. Top 6 from 90. No, in your class.
In my class? Around the country?
From New York
or New York City?
New York. I don't care about the country.
Okay.
You know why, Tone? New York was that crazy.
But you can't just say, you gotta say at least tri-state area, because there was some dogs in Jersey.
Yeah, there was.
So you want to go to Jersey, New York and Jersey?
We could do tri-state because that's
okay, tri-state's fine. Rock's top 6 in the tri-state.
All right, I'm gonna go with the best player in the country from the tri-state that year. To me, was Tim Thomas.
That's a fact.
I think he was the best player in our class, period, in the whole country.
And you know where I saw you play him at?
Where's that?
CYP.
Why you had to say it before me? It made me sound like I was damn. I wanted to bring it up first. Nigga said Golden Hoop Stone.
Yeah, Golden.
Because you know why? Because we were babies, but we used to be with Young Life. Remember the team Young Life?
Yeah, of course.
Coach Thompson?
Yeah,
him and my father were close, so we used to be up there with him. But that was the first time I seen you guys play. I think y'all beat Tim Thompson, right?
I believe we did. Because we went to the chip. Yeah, we beat them. We beat them that year.
Who the fuck was on your team? Golden Hoops?
One of my next top 6 probably. Shaheen Holloway was the point guard on that Gaucho.
That's why I had to say you had to say Jersey.
Oh, you pulled up the 96 class today.
Yeah, 96. We got Shaheen.
Oh, he naming killers, B.
Yeah, Shy. I gotta put myself in there for 96
Facts.
top 6. So I got me, Shy. Ed Coda ended up being in my class, 96.
You didn't bring him up today.
Yeah, Eddie
Nigga
Coda.
said Ed Coda.
Yeah, Ed Coda.
So looks
the
North
Ed
Carolina.
Coda floater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Ed was crazy. You put me on the spot because there's so many niggas in there. Niggas gonna be like, Rock, what happened? But
but that's respectful. That's a respectful 4 right now so far.
Yeah,
they can't be mad at that.
So far, so good. I'm trying to think who else, because Rice. Shit, Rice had a whole fucking 5. They had I had Bevon Robin, Chudney Gray, Tariq Kirksey.
Chudney Gray.
Nigga said Chudney.
All of them was in my class, and they was at Rice. You know what I'm saying? So
how about we put Rice number 5?
Yeah, just put Rice there. Yeah, let's
put Rice number 5.
Put the whole crew right there.
We put Rice number 5. That's a good answer. I like that. Because you're right. You can't put Bev before Chudney, but you can't put Chud before Bev.
Yeah. And Tyreek. Tyreek Kirksey. You had Reek from Kips Bay up there in the Bronx, And then you could go out to Brooklyn. You got Shamel Jones and Trevor Diggs. Jared Lockhart up in Mount. Like
Jared,
too many niggas to even.
It's too many.
Still had Lincoln that year.
Lincoln and Coney Island.
Yeah.
In 96.
It was Zach.
No.
It was Zach. Zach was the next one.
So, yeah, he was younger than me. Zach was probably a little bit younger than me, but
Zach is like 2 years.
Yeah.
Who else? You have Basil Evdemov. I don't know if y'all remember Basil. He's McDonald's All-American. He went to North Carolina. He was at Long Island Lutheran. Yeah, it was too many niggas, man. Willie Dirge, Kevin Morris.
Oh, they said you forgot to mention Ron Artest.
Ron was Ron was behind me.
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't in 96.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, he was behind me, but
Bernard Barrows is a year behind you too.
Bernard's behind me too. Yeah, I know everybody in my class for sure.
Yo, can you tell my brother? And I was telling in the moment this too. I said you played a lot with Ern Brown, Vaughn, Dion, right?
Lil Dion from out in Queens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember Lil Dion was that fast?
Looked like a football speedy. Looked like a football player.
Yes. Was in my class too, so I got to put him in.
I think you was maybe a grade older than them, but I was telling them that you was one of those guys who had like the early birthdays or late birthdays, because you was still able to play a lot of like
you know what it is?
Teens and 17s and shit like that. Right or wrong?
What happened was
he was playing with Felipe when he was like in 10th grade.
Yeah, when I was young, like those teams, the Gaucho teams that had Hishimu Evans, Booby, Steph Marbury, Chong Clark, Gary Saunders, who else? Like all the older cats, I played on those teams too. You know what I'm saying?
You was like young. In like 9th, 10th grade?
Yeah, I was like a freshman.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Wow, niggas say freshman with them.
That's how Rock really got his name. Because when them niggas was doing the camps, the ABC
Jamel
camps,
Thomas,
that's when Rock really got a chance to shine while they was away.
Facts.
I used to. Yeah, for sure. I played on those teams. I ain't get much burn when them niggas was there.
I mean, come on,
being on that team when I played my own age group.
Yeah, facts.
No, I didn't. And then when I realized now, like I look at Facebook and shit now, like it's crazy because I guess I was mad young back then. And I ain't had no clue. I'm looking at niggas that was like a year or so behind me. They like 2 years older than me and shit, and I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, Facebook be showing a lot of niggas was ringing. Facebook be showing a lot of niggas was ringing.
Facts. So you definitely felt in your prime in New York City, you was definitely niggas wasn't fucking with you in the city. That was your attitude the whole time. Like
I had my time. I
feel you.
My lumps as a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Like I came up behind a lot of killers, and I learned from them. And I got my ass bust, but when I became a senior and I got older, I had my time where I felt like nobody could fuck with me though.
That's a fact. Okay, so Now,
before we get to college,
it's a lot.
I know you're about to go to college. I just want to.
We can stay in high school. It's all good.
Yeah, because high school is crazy.
That's my New York year. So
okay, yeah. Let me ask something, Rock. Let me ask something. In the circuit in New York, you had UDC, you had Rucker, you had Citywide. You had Menacing.
Yeah.
Okay, they always lit tournaments.
Yeah.
Which one was the best for music?
For music?
Like when you got there, like they just had the vibe, like they just the sound system, like the crowd, all that. It's just the announcers.
That's a tough question. I want to say UDC if I'm
yes!
I want to say UDC for that.
That's 2 for 2.
That's 2 for 2. I can't lie. UDC was the best tournament.
UDC was the best tournament, man.
That's 2 for 2, Tone.
Yeah, I want to say UDC for sure. I fuck with Round Ball. Y'all forgot to mention the Round Ball at Gaucho's just because.
Round Ball was lit.
So
Round Ball was definitely lit.
But as far as just the basketball itself, not the music and all that shit. But I fuck with Round Ball because I could easily give niggas 40 and 50 in there because I can shoot in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you playing outside, everything's in the rack.
This I fuck with Round Ball. Right.
Yeah, I like the gym, so that was my favorite tournament. Round Ball and Citywide was inside, so. For me, I love to play in there because I'm rare. I could shoot. You know what I'm saying? So I get my buckets.
I gotta tell you.
Hold on. Because Rock, I think this was just maybe your junior year, UDC.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this was UDC. Yo, Anthem.
We are going to jump on sound.
Y'all memory is crazy.
Yo, bro, those years created us. I'm serious, because if we didn't play basketball, my nigga, we grew up in like straight up Westchester, nothing but crackers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry to say that. Don't want to get me, like cut off the air, but nothing but Caucasian people. Right. I'm serious, bro. So basketball. My father was from the Bronx. My father was he's from the hood. So what brought us.
Pops would even let us hang out in the streets, but he would let us go to basketball games. So that's where you got a chance to hear the music.
Yes, I'm telling you, we keep it real, keep it 100. The basketball, like it create, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of the times too, it's like when we ask Reg too, like. It's the best time ever, man. You know what I mean? That's why I said I loving this.
Matter of fact, we saw Rock and Skate Key with Ernest Brown and Shalimar.
Yeah, I was telling them. I was telling them that Ern went to Hawaii with y'all, right?
Yeah. Ern was young too.
Didn't Ern go to Hawaii with you?
Yeah, I think
didn't Ern go to Hawaii with you?
I think he did. Yeah, Big Ern, because he was like a freshman.
I seen him on the pictures
behind me. But, they always played him up because he was 6'9" in the 8th grade.
Exactly. Yes, 100%. Definitely. All right, so Tone, before we move on, I mean, high school was them days. I mean, you trying to leave there now, or you got any more questions?
So how did you get the Averex? Was it like, do I have 40? Just the jacket I want. That's gonna do, man. Or like, here's an envelope.
I wish it was like that, but actually though, my family really supported me more than anything. Sometimes when you're young, and you're in those situations, I had both moms, I had my stepdad,
100%.
So I was straight. You know what I'm saying? My people.
Give them a bomb, Tone.
Yeah, it was a good thing when I was coming up with what a lot of coaches used to say. They used to say like, model yourself like Rock. He's a quiet kid. He's a good kid. You never heard no problems. He didn't get in trouble in school.
That's that good Cardinal Hayes education. You know what I'm saying? School was crazy. It was mad. And, we had to do our schoolwork. So
100%. All right, so here we go, Tone. Let me get a bomb. We moving on. We moving on now, Tone. You good now? You got the Averex days? Okay, so. Now that you killed New York City, Cardinal Hayes, now we're leading up to choosing the college. What made you choose Syracuse?
Well, you know what I'm saying? It was no doubt in my mind I was going to the Big East. You know, the Big East was the best conference in the country. You know what I'm saying? We from New York, from the East Coast. There's no doubt I was going there. The year before I went there, you know, AI was there, Ray Allen, Kerry Kittles, Lawrence Moulton. You know, it was just crazy for guards, and it was, you know, ain't no doubt that I was going to go there. So it was going to be somewhere in the Big East. In fact, I told all other schools across the country, like, don't even bother to call me, recruit me, or nothing. If you're in the Big East, I'm good. So, which was stupid at the time. You know, you always got to open up your mind to different things.
But when you got talent, you know, you got to call the shots. I mean, you got there.
That's how I felt at the time, but I wouldn't advise any young person to do that. I would advise you to take advantage of all your opportunities.
Yeah, take the visits, whatever, right?
Know what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts. I feel you.
Yeah,
okay,
anyway.
so Syracuse, what you felt like that was the best fit for you?
Yeah, I grew up a Syracuse fan. You know what I'm saying? It's right at the crib, but it's still far enough away. I didn't want to be like in the city, but I wanted to be able to get home. And like as far as my style of play, two guards over at the Q's, the way I played, you know, I figured I definitely can get off in that situation in that style of play because, you know, Boeheim, the coaching staff, they usually let their two guards just rock, and it's not a lot of structured offense per se, and they just let you do your thing. So for me, it was perfect.
Yeah, y'all was playing that zone then too and everything.
We was playing the zone. I wasn't the best defender all the time, so I thought the zone would be all right for me. You know
I feel you. So the relationship with Jim Boeheim, was it good? Was it bad? I mean, like, you know, because what made you leave Syracuse, wanting to be in the Big East so bad?
Yeah, well, obviously, relationship was bad for me to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went into Syracuse as a young freshman. Like I said, I was 17 years old as a freshman in college. You know, Boeheim did a lot of fucked up shit, and mentally.
You was only 17 when you got to Syracuse?
Yeah, I was 17.
I told you.
He could have went to prep school for like 2 years.
Yeah, but that's why I was telling you that he played a lot with earning them, because earning them was 2 grades lower, but they were probably 1 year younger than him.
Earn might have been.
Am I right or wrong?
Earn might have been older. 100%. Earn might have been older. Ricardo Grimm might have been older.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, of course.
Nah, a lot of cats was older than me. I didn't even.
Of course.
Like, I didn't even pay attention to age then. I ain't really.
You just balling.
Yeah, I just hoop. You know, I never thought about it. I never even thought about it.
Yeah, facts.
But being a young person, you know, and going into a situation like going to a major university and understanding how to deal with coaches and how they treat you and things of that nature, that's something that you have to be taught. And a lot of us are not taught going into those situations. So how he treated me, my reactions also was fucked up. So I'm reacting like I'm gonna smack this nigga, you know, not like, okay, let me get on my shit and do this better or whatever the case may be. So the relationship continued to get really, really bad. And then, you know, it got to a point where he started to do shit just to embarrass me, you know, and make me feel a certain way. And I reacted to it. I kept feeding into it, just being young and not understanding what this is about. Because all college coaches are similar to that.
Yeah.
You know, they all have those similar tactics. They try to really break you down and try to take your confidence so they can build you back up and make you do what they want you to do exactly.
But why though?
Well, at the time, you know, when you're young
that didn't happen to Iverson.
It's like when niggas be dating bad bitches, man. They try to break,
right? It's all about timing and situations.
No, but I don't really. Not to cut you off, but I don't believe in that phenomenal thing, because I feel with the green light and comfortability, talent, anybody can get off.
It's about timing. You
know what I'm saying, right?
Right situation at the right time.
Like if Boeheim would have let you rock, you would have been getting off. That's what I'm saying.
I would have learned on the job for sure.
Yes.
Like the things that I didn't do well or things that I needed to learn, I would have learned on the job, but I still would have been getting off. Right?
Exactly.
But I had a senior ahead of me. You know, he was a kid from New York, Jason Sapola. They just went to the championship the year before.
Wait. That's the dude that went to the league shooting the threes.
No. He never went to the league or nothing. He was done after his senior year and play no more.
Oh, I thought
he was a good college guard, and they just went to the championship the year before I got there.
Got you.
Right? And he's a senior. So I'm a freshman coming in. You know what I'm saying? So I think Boeheim's plan for me really was to get me where he needed to get me and then let me rock my next year. And that wasn't the case. In my head, I'm like, nah, I'm coming in right now and take this nigga spot, do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course, you're from New York. That's the whole mindset.
Once he started showing them colors, you know, I kind of was just like, well, fuck you. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my own thing. So, you know, the reaction wasn't good, whatever. And like I said, he did shit to me, to really like break your spirits and shit. Like we would like I would play on the road, right? Like we go to Notre Dame and some shit, nigga had me play, blah 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 blah. Like we go to St. John's, we go to the Garden, or we go to Seton Hall or some shit. The nigga play like everybody on the team but me. We up by like 20. You know what I'm saying? Like you do shit like that. Just
knowing that the family there. Yeah,
everybody
I feel you.
there. The whole city,
Sucker
the
shit.
fam, all
Yeah,
that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even get in the game, but we up 20 and he throwing 3 walk-ons. You know, that's the kind of shit they do to you though. You know?
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So what happened to me was, you know, me being who I was in New York City, the love I had for the city, the love the city had for me. By the time the end of my freshman year came, you know, Syracuse re-recruited me. You know, like Bayham started calling my moms every day, started talking to me every day, trying to build a relationship back. But to me, I was embarrassed and I was hurt. Like I didn't want to go back to New York no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like I let myself and I let the city down by my performance my freshman year. You know, so I had to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where like shit got real fucked up for me, because I felt like I didn't even want to be in my own crib, because I didn't even want to be seen in New York no more. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, because New York definitely loved you, but can I tell you this? Can I tell you this? Can I tell you this? I'm giving myself a bomb before I even say it.
Yeah, drop one.
Yo, Rock, you put Long Beach on the map.
Facts. I was gonna say that. No, I was gonna say that.
I never even heard of them.
Never.
Yeah.
Word of my mother.
Only thing I heard about Long Beach was like Snoop Dogg.
No. Hold on. I heard of them, but it was in one year, out the other. The first time I heard of them, I'm not gonna lie, it's a friend of mine's, Rasul.
Rasul Salahuddin.
Yes, but it was in one year, out the other, because I was a baby then.
Yeah.
We talking the 80s.
I get Rasul on here too.
You know what I'm saying? We talking the
Rasul
80s,
was
early
that dude.
90s. But when you went there, it was like something to follow. Right or wrong?
Yo, because I'm not gonna front. I used to watch the Syracuse games your freshman year, because it was like somebody that I actually knew on TV.
No, word of mother. Didn't you get in? I think it was against like Duke or North Carolina.
Kentucky. We played Kentucky like the
and
first
you hit like 2 or 3 threes early.
Played Kentucky. Look, as a freshman at the Cuse, I think I averaged like 15 minutes and like 4 or 5 points a game.
Yeah, but this one game, it looked like you was coming.
Well, at the end of the season, he actually started to play me and let me play a little bit. Like we played Florida State in the NIT, which Curry was on that team, Curry Thompson.
Yeah.
And I had like 15, 16. Like he just let me play. You know what I'm saying? Like if he just let me play, I would have just did what I normally do. But you know, it was obviously a lot of things I had to learn as well. You know, I wasn't in the best shape at the time and shit like
2K
that.
2K had his whole look, man. That's how 2K had his whole look in the game.
Yeah.
With the long sleeves and everything.
Yeah, this nigga tried to say, what'd you say? He said Rock started the.
In my world, I don't know. I don't know. In
listen to this shit, Rock. Listen to this.
In my world, everyone who all I remember, you couldn't buy ankle socks. Everybody used to take tube socks and tuck it underneath to have ankle socks.
You had to flip them,
so that was the look. That was the Kentucky, not Kentucky,
Michigan.
The Michigan no socks. That look was the Everyone had the worst you did with socks was the Jordan look, like the tube.
Yeah, right at the ankles.
Like the 3/4.
Yeah, 3/4. Yeah. That's why when you went to Long Beach, it was crazy. Because, you really brought back the whole high socks.
With the headband?
With the headband. That was his look. And when I remember when I seen you on TV the first time at Long Beach, I was like, yo, my niggas at home out there. Because that's all them Cali niggas do is with the high socks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, I always wanted to be different in everything I did. You know what I'm saying? So
we used to watch a lot of college basketball. That's all Daddy used to do.
No, facts.
Name another player that had the high socks before that.
I can't. Yo.
Probably Lawrence Moulton. Lawrence Moulton used to rock them at Syracuse.
Yes.
Yeah, he used to rock that.
Yes, I remember him. Yeah. So, after, I guess, the falling out with Bayhan, how did you get in touch with Long Beach? How did you go across the country, across the?
Yeah, well, that's an easy story. No.
And you, before you started answering this, remember you made that decision in the middle. No, right after the whole Tupac and Biggie shit. It was like Tupac, Biggie,
that shit was
Rock going to
crazy.
Long Beach.
Yep, it's crazy. Which ain't have nothing to do with it, but I ain't really give a fuck about that.
Nah, but the whole, New York going to Cali.
Yeah, and I was out there heavy with my Timbs and my Ncaa hat, all that. I was crazy.
Yeah, was it different? Like, that's what I'm saying. You in LA 97, 96,
98.
During the East Coast, West Coast beef.
Yeah.
New York, you already got the New York stamp. You're a New York nigga. You know you acting New York out there. You just said you had on.
Yeah, I was acting real New York too the whole time, just to make sure niggas knew where I was from. But basketball is such a universal game. Like I was good. I was so good on the court and just a cool nigga. Niggas respected it. Like they respect hoop niggas. So the beef wasn't really like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, that's my nigga Rocky from New York. That's it. They showed me love out here too.
Now, were you comfortable in Long Beach the whole time since when you first got there?
So day one. I mean, we from New York. We go anywhere, be like it don't matter where we at. I'm always comfortable. I don't care what hood it is. You know.
Yeah. Like that. Give him a bomb, Tone.
Definitely comfortable.
Yo, you played in 55th, right? Because a friend of mine told me, he said, he played 55th. He said, nigga got the stamp 55th. Killing the 55th.
I did. So I played 1 year. It was crazy. I played with Sugar Hill. This was before all the rappers started doing this shit.
What?
Niggas, right?
Niggas say you played with Sugar Hill.
Yeah, I played with Sugar Hill. Right. So me, Kareem Reeves on that team, Charlie Jones, Ali Mo.
He said Charlie Jones, Reed, and him on the same team. Y'all took it, right?
We went to the chip, but them niggas started shooting, I think, the day of the chip.
Oh, man.
So, I think they finished it another time, but I had already went to school. I left for school. Because it was a summer right before I went to Syracuse. But,
damn, that's a loaded team, though, Tone.
I'm going to start asking everyone this. Yo, do you remember Fordham University?
Of course.
When you was in high school?
Yeah, that's where all the championships for the CHSAA was.
That's true.
At Fordham.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, cause my cousin was like a big-time basketball player, Damon Lopez, on Fordham. But that's when it was late 80s.
That was 91.
91, yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like I know that name. But
I wonder why Fordham just do. Yo, it's all right there. Why Fordham don't do a St. John's thing?
If Fordham got the jinx, they can't win.
Yeah.
It's just a fact. They got the jinx.
It's too close to the hood. Like niggas ain't go.
They like the Knicks
a little bit. You know.
At least they can win a little bit. They too close to the hood. Win a little bit.
It's too close. Too familiar.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I'll tell y'all the Long Beach shit. When I was first leaving Syracuse, I had like 5 schools that I was considering.
What schools were those?
It was Florida State, Georgia Tech, Kentucky, and Louisville. Those that I was going to go to, right? So, of course, when they found out I was leaving or whatever, from what I'm hearing and what I know is that people from Syracuse call all those schools and they block the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's fucking
them coaches
crazy.
Friends. Yeah, them coaches is all friends. And
of course.
All good. They cool with each other. So they shut down the Patino shit. They shut down the Bobby Kermans and then the Pat Kennedy at Florida State. So Louisville was the next school. So I actually went on the
Louisville would have been all you. They running gun pressure.
Exactly.
You would have killed.
I was
killed in there.
Denny Crum was there at the time. Me and Denny hit it off well. I committed to the school, everything, and then they got on probation. They got in trouble. When I was getting ready to go, they got in trouble. They got banned from the NCAA for 2 years or some shit. No TV.
Yeah, so that was off the list.
Shit. So that was a wrap, right?
Yeah.
And then how I got to Long Beach State was the head coach at Long Beach State was actually the assistant coach at Syracuse for 14 years. He recruited me. He recruited me at Syracuse. And right my freshman year when I was going to the Qs, he got the head coach job at Long Beach State. So once they blocked all my other schools, and then once Louisville got in trouble, I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go.
So was Boeheim trying to block you to stay or block you was already gone at that time?
I mean, I still was on camera, still in school and shit.
Yeah, he was blocking you to stay. He wanted you, bro. He wanted you, bro.
He wanted me to stay.
He wanted you to stay, bro.
If you ask him, he'll probably tell you otherwise, but I know the truth.
He wanted you to stay, bro.
Because they started calling my moms every day again.
I believe you.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember
and just
he would
saying
you
yo,
do good. and they would take him out. It wasn't like he would turn the ball over, miss a shot, or he would like score 5 points, and they would take him out.
The relationship was turbulent. It was turbulent. It was crazy because I
always thought they was trying to save him.
Every day I used to come to practice and demolish them niggas. You can ask anybody on the team, but you know me. I'm young and dumb. I'm talking crazy shit to the coaches in practice, like this sorry ass nigga you got in front of me. I'm busting their ass talking shit, you know. And then when I would just hoop, and then when they do other shit like in practice, I just bounce. Like I just come to play and just to prove a point and leave. You know, like dumb shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't handle the situation right either. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not putting all the blame on him. But he started the shit as an adult, and I just didn't handle it right as a young man.
Nah, but I still think as a coach of Jim Boeheim's, and especially him dealing with players from New York, because you're not the first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
You should know New York people have a different vibe.
Yeah.
We come to take shit over. Al Poe didn't go to DC to be a wing. He tried to take the shit over.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess it wasn't my turn though. For him. In his eyes, it wasn't my turn.
Niggas come to take over. Niggas don't come to wait.
Yeah.
Niggas come to eat.
And then,
but you know what? A lot of these coaches.
That's part of the recruiting process too. You tell me that on my couch.
That's why a lot of coaches don't recruit New York niggas.
No, that's not true. A lot of these coaches try to lock niggas down so they don't. He probably felt Rock might have been maybe good enough to do one and done. Because when you have when the school is that big, a player that can produce,
you get out of there.
He's out of there, especially in those times. Yeah. Those times it was like, don't even ask.
Yo, you know what? I don't want to go back to high school. We go. He graduated. We're gonna take it from there. You being 17 when you left high school, how come you didn't take did anyone even offer you the prep school? Because you would.
I don't think nobody even really knew, and I told you, like, I didn't really give a fuck. I never thought about age. I just thought about playing against. I've been playing against the top niggas since I was in 9th grade. Like I didn't care about age.
I always thought you was like a Ricardo Greer, like 21 years old.
You heard what he said? He's never. 17. He came to Syracuse and was trying to take niggas spots that won the NCAA championship, not made the 64. They won it.
Yeah, them niggas went. They went to the
chip.
He was going to take
it. I remember the nigga won it.
I remember when they won in 94 or 95. I was like, damn,
that was Wallace, right?
Yeah, it was John Wallace. They actually lost the game to Kentucky, but they went all the way to the chip. It was John Wallace.
Got you.
So John Wallace was the only person who wasn't on the team my freshman year. Everybody else pretty much returned.
Was Otis Hill there?
Yeah, Otis was there. Otis was a senior when I was a freshman.
Yo, we got to get Otis. This is the second week, Otis.
We're going to get Otis up here. We grew up with Otis.
Big O was there.
That's a fact. Big O.
Another reason why I was watching the game. Wait, who was the point guard?
The point guard was the freshman with me from
Jason Hart.
Jason Hart. Jay Hart, my boy.
I just told you.
Yeah. I remember.
Jason Hart was like 6'5".
I remember NCAA. That was like the second or third year.
But you know what? You know what, though?
For PlayStation.
I'm going to tell you. And I'm not hating on him. Because he could come on the platform and he could prove it to me that if I'm telling the wrong thing. I'm definitely going to put this on the gram because maybe it might get to him. He can come up here. But Jason Hart was kind of a flop.
Well,
I'm serious. I was my nigga. When he came in to Syracuse, listen, my nigga. I studied Jason Hart was supposed to come in and been one of the killers. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, we had the #1 recruiting class in the country that year.
Yes,
it was 5 of us.
He was like Oak Hill, I think he went to, right?
Yeah. So we had #1 class in the country with myself. It was Jason Hart, Etan Thomas, who played in the league for like 10 years. A kid named Winford Walton from Detroit, and a kid named Sean Howard from.
What's the kid's name? Wolford.
Winford Walton. He was like the top. He should have went to the NBA out of high school. He was that good, but he went to Syracuse and. But anyway, Jason Hart was also like me. You know, Jay Hart's like my brother now too, so he out here in Cali with me. But what happened was he was also a young player that came in at a young age as well, and he was forced. well, not force, but we didn't have another point guard on scholarship on that team. He was the only one.
So he was playing out of position.
So that was his position. He was a PG, but he got a chance to learn on the job. So when you were really young and you playing against in the Big East against that competition, he had an adjustment period that he had.
Well, that's the only reason why I said he was a flop, because I always felt like his game was played like a robot.
Yeah, Jay was a defender.
So I don't know how he really plays. That's why I said that.
He listen. It's hard to call anybody a flop that had a 10-year NBA career. You know.
No, you know what? I was thinking that to myself. Like, did he go to the NBA though?
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years.
He did do 10 years, right?
10 years in the league. So
okay, so that's what I said. He can come up there, he can explain himself how he wasn't a flop. But I'm just telling you, when I was watching the games, I felt like I think what you're talking about
is the style and the flair of the game.
Yes, that's what I meant. It wasn't nothing that was. Yes, it was nothing that was like. But he did do 10 years, because I did remember him.
So hold on.
Now that you said that.
Yo, because I'm sitting here, I'm trying to think. Like, nobody from New York fucked with Syracuse after Rock left.
Nah, a lot of people didn't. Alan Griffin came right behind me.
Alan Griffin. But the same thing happened to Al.
And I told AG not to do that, but
Al didn't play. Al got no right until maybe Al didn't get no burn till like the maybe junior year, right?
Bro, a lot of people ain't fuck with the Qs because of what they did with me during that.
It's been a while since they had like.
Yo, I know a kid from Westchester County that went there and he never even touched the floor the whole 4 years. His name is Mookie Jones. You know, heard of him?
Yeah, I don't know who Mookie is, but
he's from Peekskill. He went there. He didn't touch the floor not once.
Yeah.
And this kid was crazy.
Yeah.
He played like Sean Marion.
It happens. It happens. It's, a lot of these coaches, you gotta understand, like people like Boeheim and these coaches that have been there for a long time, they have so much power and arrogance, and they run their program, so they can get to a person. You can get to a personal battle with these motherfuckers where they don't like you, and they just don't give a fuck. They won't play you, and they ain't got nothing to do with your game.
Like what you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying? Like what are you gonna do? I run this shit. It's nobody you can go to. Be complaining and talking about it's unfair. So either you do what I tell you to do 100%, I don't fucking play you. And that's just how most powerful college basketball coaches are.
Crazy.
I remember if I'm not mistaken, I was about to Google it, but I said let me just freestyle. If I'm not mistaken, was it Steve Masiello? That was his senior year, Rock senior year, right?
Yeah.
And for the record, you say you 100% right. I might have got people mixed up in my head of people that's wrong. You're right. You cannot call nobody a flop that did 10 years.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Jason Hart, I might have mistaken you for somebody else, but he's 100% right.
Yeah,
you definitely can't be a flop if you did 10 years. That's the pension. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Let's keep it real. Shout out to Jason Hart. But Tone. What you saying?
Steve Masiello.
Yeah, Steve Masiello is my
Steve
guy.
Was on your team.
Yeah, Steve was on my Gaucho team. He was at Kentucky.
Yo, can you tell me that Steve was the Knicks ball boy?
Yo, he was. Steve was. Yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
I'm trying to tell niggas that.
Yo, he averaged 50 points in high school.
He did. Did you know that?
But Steve been playing with Gauchos his whole fucking.
I know.
In high school, so
I know.
When he used to go back to his shit, he would kill that shit.
Yeah,
he'd be fucking with us.
That's Stepanek with us, right?
Yes.
Then he went to Harvey.
But but Steve's a good dude. I fuck with Steve. Shout out to Steve Masiello. Give him a bump. You know what? So we're gonna have to reach out to Steve because Steve is a funny dude. Steve's a character.
That's my dude.
I love Steve. 100%. Shout out to Steve. Steve's doing well too, man. Man's never gonna let that guy go, man.
Yo, Steve,
you let him go, they're done.
My dude, 100. I talk to him still to this day, trying to help kids try to help him get some kids from out here in the West Coast.
100%.
So I still talk to Steve. That's my nigga.
Good dude. Facts. Yes. So Tone, what you were saying about the you were saying something about Long Beach.
No, I forgot. No, I asked him about why he didn't take the prep school option. He said he wasn't thinking about age.
Yeah, well, prep school's really for niggas that don't have no offers and they trying to get a few.
Well, at that
time, right?
At the time, most of prep schools were for niggas who only had the grades.
Grades.
The grades was the issue then. Everybody had the talent.
Yeah, how was your grades in high school?
My grades was excellent. Like I was a student. Yeah, I'm at Cardinal Hayes. I had no choice. Cardinal Hayes is different. At least at that time, when people don't know, like our schoolwork was serious. One of the best schools in the Bronx for sure. Like I passed my SAT and ACT when I was a freshman in high school. I was done with that shit.
Facts. Shout out to Big Man in the building. Facts.
I had no issues with that, so I was just gonna go. I was going to college. I wasn't gonna do no extra years of school. Fuck that.
Facts. Now that we done touched on Syracuse, we done touched on getting to Long Beach. Now we're gonna touch on your new chapter in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Your son, man.
Yo,
congratulations, my dude.
Yeah.
No, for real, man.
Because I've been following you on Facebook and on the gram. Yo, you're a good dad, man. You at all the
I
games.
appreciate that.
Like I've damn near watched. Yeah, I've been following you for like the past 4 years, so I feel like I watched your son.
That's what's up.
From like freshman now to now.
Yeah, watch him grow up. Watch him grow up.
Now, I mean, of course, it's in the blood, but how the hell did this? Like, did you have this planned with him, or he just picked it up and did it himself? Because I heard you say in the interview that, but of course people say that. Because in the interview you said you didn't force him to play basketball.
Nah, I didn't. I mean, I really didn't. Let me get this to you. He, at the end of the day, like, I was still playing when my son was young, you know what I mean? So he was just always in the gym. He was always around basketball. I would come home and he just stay with me in the gym. So the key thing with that is you got to let your kids develop the love for the game first. You know what I'm saying? So he just loved it himself. He started playing it, and once we figured out that that's what he wanted to do, then we locked into it. When he got to be like 8 years old, I started training him. Like, I just let him play and have fun. So he got to be like 8 years old. We started training, and we've been locked in since then.
Yeah, because even his story is crazy. I mean, because like I did a lot of research, man. Like he went to high school with LeBron James' sons and them. He's been playing with the blue chips. He's been playing with the best. Like you play with the best AAU. Is that because you play with Gauchos? You had to get down with the best AAU team, or they were coming for him?
Well, he didn't play with blue chips per se. I mean, we played with a bunch of AAU situations. We played with Compton Magic out here.
Compton Magic, they big.
Play with some EYBL teams and so on and so forth. But the game has changed. It's different. When we were young, once you got with your team, like you stayed with your team pretty much. Like I was playing with Gaucho since I was like 7th grade all the way through high school. That shit doesn't happen. A reevaluation period every year. You go to different places, but the big thing is that you just always want them to play against.
I try to tell you that, Tone.
It's a reevaluation every year. See what.
Oh, so you mean you got to move around with the teams according to where they're playing?
You got to move around according to what's the best situation for you at that next year.
Got you.
This shit is about individualism. There's a bunch of teams, there's a bunch of different opportunities. There's a lot of politics involved. So many different things that changes your team, changes the makeup of the team, who's running the team, why they running it, what they're trying to get out of it.
Coach might get a job in college.
So, coach might get a job in college. I mean, it's a bunch of different things. That's a whole nother interview to go into because I've been a part of this AAU world for a long time since I stopped playing ball myself. So, I actually coached in high school and been coaching AAU for a long time, but it's a lot of shit that go into that. It's just a dirty, dirty game right now.
There's so much money involved. Like now they got the NIL. Like the NIL, like that's just like now I'm seeing. I just saw on my man's page. Shout out to the City of Gods. I saw another parent knock a ref out. The ref.
This shit is crazy right now.
It's ugly.
Yo,
it's crazy.
Some football, Pop Warner, the coach just killed the ref.
I'm trying to tell you.
The shit is ugly, man. It's ugly, and like I said, it boils down to money again. Everything to me boils down to bread because when we played, like we benefited off the game, but we was just playing because we loved the fucking game. That's it. We just loved the hoop. So whatever came with that was bonuses and extra. But now people are playing to achieve the extra before they achieve they're not even trying to achieve the love of the game first. That shit sound corny, but it's true. So the stakes seems higher for parents when they want their kids to play for a contract before they even playing in high school, or they want them to play for the new shit, an NIL deal, or they want them to play to get their social media following up, or they want them to play, for all of those things that come with the game. As long as you focus on the game first, those things usually come. But the problem is people are putting those things as the goal, and that's where you fuck up at.
Yeah, give him a bomb. So that's valid.
Yo, and the crazy
Wait
thing
to
is,
post this.
and you can see by the way he's like what he said, what he was doing with his son, and you can see like with his Instagram, it wasn't like one of those forced pops waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning and like that wasn't his gram. It looked like it went from here's my son playing some basketball. I can't believe he's playing basketball because he don't know his pops used to be nice, and then he's nice. So let me jump behind him and get like it. I don't know. It just looked like it organically on you. It
fell in the right spot because it's organic.
Yeah, it
It
feel like your son is
definitely organic. You know, definitely organic. I mean, that's the only way that you can. That's the only way you can play this game. It has to be organic, or at some point you're not going to be able to play, right? You have to love this shit first because there's so much things that you have to do in basketball and sport or anything that's worth doing that you don't fucking like to do to get better at it. Like, there's a bunch of shit that if you want to be nice and hoop, there's a bunch of things you got to do that ain't fun. So if you don't organically love this shit, by the time that stuff starts becoming to another level, you gonna stop doing that shit. You ain't gonna get up in the morning and run. You ain't gonna hit them weights. You ain't gonna shoot 1,000 shots.
Yeah,
you gotta let a game do that shit. That shit ain't fun.
No,
I'm not gonna front. Your son don't know that you come from like the era where high school basketball in New York was probably bigger than the Knicks.
Okay, who works out? Who you think who works out more? Your era or the kids these days?
It's very different because I think we worked out more because we did the shit for fun, right? Like in New York City when you grew up, you played basketball all day because that's just what we did, right?
Thanks.
You riding your fucking bike all day, you fucking with the monkey bars, you playing tag, you in the street and you running around. My kid's generation, like my son, he works out crazy, but guess what? Only when we go to the gym is when he plays basketball or when he works out. If they ain't at the gym, they at the crib. Or we go on the phone or YouTube, all this other entertainment. My son don't even like when he was growing up, he never even been in the streets. The only time they go outside is to go to an event. Now that might be that may not be the case so much in New York still, but we grew up outside playing, developing our muscles, developing our bodies, running. Whatever it is we was doing was activity. Now kids only go to work out in the gym.
Do you sometimes see, like, because you come from New York, you be like, damn, if my son had a little New York in him, attitude-wise, could it take, could that, if he had that New York, because don't get me wrong, like you said, it can help you, but it can hurt you.
Yeah.
But, because you said, sometimes the New York attitude, sometimes they can't, it could clash with the coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I've seen it happen. I mean, it just happened with Jelly Fam.
Yeah.
With Minnesota. You know what I'm saying?
And he was
and you
out
know
there
what's funny? Give him a bum. He wound up at Long Beach.
He wound up at Long Beach State, yeah, for sure. That's a catch-22. It's a catch-22 because, even though my son is a LA kid, he's raised by two New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? His mom and me, we from New York. He's a New
give him a bum.
You know what I'm saying? Like his personality, everything about him says the crib, right?
Got you.
Obviously, physically, he didn't grow up there, but he grew up in a household. So there's also a catch-22 with it because when you do grow up in New York and you grow up in poverty and grow up in the city and in the cities, your whole focus and your goal in life is to have your kids grow up better than you, right? To give them opportunities that you might not have had, to put them in a different environment. So you have to sacrifice something because I would much rather, that's why I stayed in California, period, because I was in a better environment to raise my family. So you gotta allow them to be who they are because they're not you, because they did not grow up in that rough inner city. So, it's a catch-22. You got to do your job as a parent to install the values that you have without them actually experiencing the hard times that you went through as a kid.
Got you. Great.
Yeah, these kids don't know about you got one game going on at halftime because you got another game at another tournament.
Yeah.
Half the team got to go jump on the
no
full
doubt.
train.
You know how many times we did that? Yo,
And then you know what's
and
the
the other
worst?
half catch a cab to the other game.
Yeah, no.
And y'all be playing the first. You playing the
Then you
second
think you got a
game.
chance, and then you see these niggas running in.
And then you see
Yeah.
the cavalry coming in like, oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
only
that
thing
was-
is, you hoping you get a quick lead because when every nigga come in, it's 2-shot tech.
Yeah.
You get up a little 10. So you go, at halftime is tied up. At
that's a
halftime is
fact.
tied up.
Yo, they don't
Yo.
understand, man. Yo, Rock, you come from the best
The
era
Mecca.
of basketball. Like whatever New York is trying to do today is what they're trying to replicate what
Yeah,
went
trying
on
to
in
replicate
your
it.
era. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like-
forget all that. What about going up in the projects and beating a team and got to run up out that motherfucker to the train station to get to the crib? You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of experience molds you into who you become as a player and your attitude and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, there's nothing like it. That's why I said that. That's why.
Yo, I just remember at UDC because like we was like the midgets and they was like the seniors. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like our game came off. You know, we just got done, and like you could hear like niggas was smoking behind the bench.
Yeah.
They was like, yo, Gauchos got next. It was like, yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the whole vibe. Just think UDC. You the niggas behind saying yo, or they playing Riverside. He was like, yo, I'll put $50 on the game. He was like, yo, who? And the whole Riverside team is there. Gaucho's team is they lurking. They there, but I just remember Riverside was there. I just remember these niggas said, yo, I remember you walking in to the park with the book bag, not the book bag, the sneaker bag, you know, the
duffel bag shit, right?
Duffel bag with the wife beater, with the headphones on, and the flip flops, and the high socks, and the Jamaican niggas was like, "Rude boy, rock here, $50 bet, $50."
$50 bet. Rude boy. Facts.
Right there.
Facts. Those are
I love
best
UDC by the way too. UDC was the shit.
Yes, it
was.
was.
It was just hot as fuck out there. I used to have to bring 2 shoes. So I would change my.
Yes, it was. But niggas used to get mad when they played in Court A though, because remember Court A had the other entrance. You wanted to walk through Court B, but you had to walk up that long
the hill.
It was like walking through the arena. Right? Facts.
They should do a movie about this, man.
Man, for real. I used to love when it rained though. When it rained at UDC because we
you go to Evander.
Evander Child.
Evander.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get that wet ball going. You know.
Yes. So your son, he's going to Nebraska.
Yeah, he's a freshman at Nebraska this year. Yep.
Okay. So did you choose the school for him, or you let him decide on his own? Only reason I ask you that is because I did some research on your son. He could have went anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
He could have went anywhere.
Yeah, he could have went anywhere. That's for sure. We made an educated decision, a business decision on where we wanted to go to school. When I say we, obviously he's going, but we do everything as a family here. We talk about what's best for him as an individual, and then we go ahead and we operate as a family to get it done.
Right.
I did the situation where I was a fan of Syracuse and I went to that motherfucker more because I was a fan. Obviously, it was still a good fit, but I was more infatuated with the Cuse itself because that's where I wanted to go as a kid. Childhood this, childhood that. I'm going. So I didn't do my research. In fact, when I went on my visits, I went to Rutgers visit one weekend. The next weekend I went to the Cuse, and then I committed. Like I was supposed to go to UConn after that, Pittsburgh. I just canceled all that shit. I said I'm going here. So I was going to make sure that you went there. A decision.
You make another decision. Facts.
Based on emotions and feelings and so on.
Yeah, because sometimes they sign another kid because they don't know if you're all the way in.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. So what we did was, he had a bunch of schools. He could have went, like you said, anywhere. One of his dream schools was Oregon. Oregon was big on.
Yeah, I love Oregon. They got the sneakers, man.
No doubt.
You get the phone posits. You get the fucking Duck Jordans.
They
got everything. The nigga who fucking owned Nike, I think, he went to Oregon.
No doubt about it. So at the end of the day, like you said, in our day, we had to go to a certain kind of school to get looks, right? You had to go to a top school to be on TV, to get your draft status, right? So on and so forth. That's not the case these days. These days, I give it to this generation because they created a vibe where it's more about the individual and less about the school, right? So you can go wherever you want to go as long as you're getting off. you know, you can brand yourself. You know, you don't have to worry about what kind of school you are or what conference you're in. So, you know, we chose Nebraska because we felt that it was the best fit for his style of play, the position that he wants to play, the coaching staff and the style that they play, and they had the same vision.
What position is that?
He's a point guard. So Ramel, my son,
God, he's 6'6", right?
6'6". Yeah, he's a 6'6", 205 PG.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's played the PG. Yeah,
good decision.
most of his life. So, you know, a lot of schools.
They're gonna shine the light on him.
Yeah,
they're gonna shine the light on him.
Where you gonna play your position and how you want to play.
Yes.
Right. So
they're gonna shine the light on him.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, and there's another kid, right? There's another kid, and that's why I asked you that question. If you made that decision, that's a smart decision, Rock. Smart. If your son is lucky to have you behind him, because there's a kid. I think his name is Juju. It's a kid named Juju. He went to St. Francis, right?
Juju,
the school that just went to the St. Peter's.
St. Peter's.
Yeah, he went to the Elite Eight, Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Dude, he went to St. Peter's. He went to Hayes too. Give him a bomb, Tone. Yeah. That's a fact. But that's what I'm saying. He didn't go too big. He went to St. Peter's. And you know what? I see him working out with I saw him the other day working out in the gym with Paul George. Now they looking at him.
Yeah, you got to go to where it's the best fit. Like you can go to a top school and then you don't play the way you want to play. And
ain't the head coach now?
It doesn't matter.
Say Raymond's from Stepinac?
Huh?
Ain't the head coach Say Raymond's now from Stepinac?
Oh, you mean from Hayes?
Hayes, yeah. Hayes.
Tim Phillips.
Yeah,
you know he went to Stepinac.
I didn't know.
Yes,
I didn't know
he was on Stepinac. He was on the team when you was playing against them.
For real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on the team, bro.
Okay.
100%. Tim was definitely on that team.
Yeah, I know him, but I didn't know him from back in the day, though. I know Tim.
Yeah, because Tim don't really talk about it too much, but Tim was a baller.
I remember I got into it with Rob Harris. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, me and Rob had the same science class. I'm not gonna front. Because Stepinac was crazy like that. They had seniors with freshmen, like weird, like it was kind of crazy. Anyway, I remember when y'all played when y'all was coming to Stepinac. I remember I said, what y'all gonna do with this nigga Rock? What you gonna do with Rock? Because I was like, because Rob was like, you know, like
the horse down low.
He was like the horse. Yeah. He wasn't like he wasn't the bully in the school, but he was like, you know, he walked around like, yo, I'm the baddest nigga in the school.
That's Rob.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't a bully. That was my man. But nobody messed with Rob at Stepinac. Like he was the
because Rob had a lot going for him. He was on Rob because you know not only was Rob the man on Stepinac, Rob played with Gauchos.
Rob was the man.
He walked around school with the Gaucho bags on. Yeah, he was like a made man.
I was just remembering. I said to Rob, Rob, what you gonna do when?
Hey, you remember Terrence?
No, it was Terrence.
Okay, he was a white kid. He had red hair. Terrence.
He was on that Stepinac team?
Yeah, but he was on Gauchos with y'all too. Terrence. I forgot his last name.
Not sure. I forgot.
Terrence. You don't remember him? He's like a tall white. I forgot his name. Yeah, but he could shoot. But what you say, Toe?
No, I just remember I said, yo, me and Rob almost not you know how it was at Stepinac. Like nobody fought, but we almost got into it. Cause I was like, what you gonna do with Rob? Because I felt like I you know, they used to talk shit and everybody was I'm like, yo, listen, like I play for Gauchos. Y'all can't front like I don't know what's coming to town. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do with Rocky here? Who got him? Like, I know
Rob was about that.
Yeah, Rob was like, you fair nigga. And I just remember I said it also. That's my man. We used to play like that. Like, I just remember Rob used to say the same shit. Like, oh, y'all playing Iona? Who gonna stop Brian Cummins?
Yeah.
2,000 yards in the fourth game. I just remember we used to play like that, but he got tight because Rocky came in. You know, we can check the stats.
Facts. Yeah.
He ain't like that shit.
So y'all, you gonna go to the games this year in Nebraska and all of that?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to get out there as much as I can. He already been in school this whole summer already, you know, working out and stuff. He was home like a week ago, a couple days ago, and just went back. So yeah, definitely September 30th is the first joint they got, like they scrimmage and concert and all that. So I'm gonna try to get back out there for that. But nah, definitely.
You definitely gonna get the Big Ten network.
Yeah, well, Big Ten, they everywhere, you know. Like,
Yeah, the Big Ten
every
network.
game he got is on national TV. So
Right.
if I can't make
Exactly.
it, I definitely see it regardless.
Yeah, you get the Big Ten network. I actually like watching shit on TV anyway because I like rewinding stuff. You know, it's
well,
like
you got the commentators. You know, you get
yeah,
you
can hear everything was going on.
Yeah.
You can keep your ear to the streets. You know everything right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know everything, every little tweet that's going on, every little thing. I just, you know, I'm just saying, I'm a dad that has a child that plays basketball too. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
It's a lot of competition. That's why I said, you know, like, you know, for you to just keep him focused and, you know, for him to, you know, because it's crazy because I'm pretty sure he knows your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
like even when I was like trying to pull up footage for like to put for promo on the page, and I even like typed in your name, and like
all his shit come up.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like that's what's up.
Yeah. My shit stopped coming up when he was in 4th grade. He basically took the name over. He's Ramel Lloyd, and I'm just the dad and shit now.
No, but that's what's up, man. You know, like
that's
you
how
know,
it's supposed to be.
And you know what? For the
But that's what we here for. Because if your son doesn't really know, we here to let him know. Like, yo,
yeah. Nah,
like,
he tired of hearing it now. He know.
But what I'm saying is Tone, like for the career and the shit that he had to go through, you know, even with the shit with Banghan, even with the shit with going to Long Beach, even with him just sitting here telling the story of, you know, not even looking at other schools just to give Banghan and Syracuse the chance. This is what God placed for him right now.
Yeah.
Ramel Lloyd Jr. is him.
Yeah, no doubt. Everything.
Am I right or wrong, Tone?
They don't understand how many stories went the same way. Go to Syracuse, coach not showing no love. Next thing you know, you back on the block. Yo, Fat Joe, can I get a job? Then now you got a weed block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
well, that's why I like to speak. That's why I like to speak my truth. You know, because you know, like we can't die with this information. This information has to be passed down.
Oh yeah, I'm glad we did this. Yes,
you know now. So you know, if a young kid could hear what I'm saying and you know, learn through my experience and stuff, like that's what it's all about. We have to give this shit to the next generation so they can learn and be more successful.
Bro, because bro. Listen, there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of parents that are thinking how you did with Syracuse. This parents thinking like, no, my son has to go to straight Kentucky or Duke.
No, that is definitely not the case.
That's not the case, bro.
All you gotta do is watch the draft. Just watch the
Yes,
draft.
and there's other schools. Give a bomb, Tone. I just said that. When the difference is gonna be his son picking Nebraska is the best decision. Because you know why? I watched Nebraska. He's guaranteed getting burned. That's what I'm saying. That makes sense. He's going to be on TV. Okay, you know what? You may not be at Michigan, but you know what? You're going to be on ESPN playing against them. And you're going to be on the floor 80% of the time.
Absolutely. That's how I looked at it. Shit, I'm gonna play all these dudes. I'm gonna be on TV, and I'm gonna get the exposure I need playing my position the way I want to play.
Facts.
So you know, you already listen. I don't give a fuck how nice you are. The only thing that matters is you being on the court.
Facts.
So you can be nice as fuck. You go to school, you're on the court. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
That's a fact.
It don't matter.
You know, be nice as fuck. But
it don't matter. Listen, it's not even at this point. When you're talking about that level of basketball, it's not even about who's better really anymore, right? It's about opportunity, who's playing, who's showing, and who's getting stats and who's playing.
Yes.
So there's 20 freshmen or so going into the Big Ten that are all outstanding players. Who gives a fuck who's better? The question is, who the fuck's gonna play more?
Yes, and who's gonna be seen on the?
That's it. Who gonna be seen more?
I've always felt like, okay, the top 25 picks or 20 picks, the lottery pick niggas, the first round
the lottery pick, dude.
Yeah, lottery picks. That could be politic. It could be a numbers game. But I always said 70 to 60% of the other people that are drafted these are niggas that were in the right place at the right time.
At the right time.
That's it.
That's what life is about. So obviously it relates to basketball as well. You got to be able to play. You got to have the opportunity to even show that you can play at that level. So
you never heard of the saying?
Curry went to Davidson.
That's why they got that saying, Tone. You got to be in it to win it. If you're not in the game, you're not winning.
You ain't winning.
Like you said, Curry went to Davidson. Come on, son.
It's a bunch of stories like that.
Come on, son.
And he didn't have the options. He had no choice.
He had no choice.
Dwayne Wade Marquette.
It's a lot of guys. You can go down, especially these new generation kids. A lot of kids went to alternative.
Dwayne Wade made Marquette. I never heard of them until Dwayne Wade was there.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So that's what it is. You know?
Yeah, but Rock, man, thank you for pulling up.
Wait, one last question.
I hate to let him go, man. This was everything for us, right, Toe?
Yeah. What about you
done described this nigga walking in the gym.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I walking this nigga in the park. You had nigga with the Gap hat on.
That's the last time I do that. Yeah.
That's all love. I really appreciate that.
Rock. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Rock is a good dude.
Yeah,
I played high school football and college football, but at that time, I was doing both.
Yeah.
And I really watched the game, and I want to say Rock is like one of them niggas is like, why I went hard with football.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't one of them niggas, like, in basketball. Yeah. I'm keeping it real. Like,
I plan on interviewing a lot of niggas that are GOATs, and I got to say, Rock name has to come up every time in New York City. You know what I'm saying? In the 90s.
The era was crazy, man. I appreciate that because
you need to talk about CYP. I wanted to bring up CYP.
No, but this is why I wanted to start this on the platform because I feel like this needs to be known for the generation right now how big basketball has gotten. You know, because niggas done forgot about the Pee Wee Kirklands. The little niggas don't talk about them. We can't let that happen to this generation.
You
can't let that happen. Niggas was really nice.
How about this? There's a reason why there's an NIL now. Why?
Because of these niggas.
Because of them.
Yeah, of course.
Because everybody who's doing the NIL right now who's in control of it was saying, could you imagine if we had it at that time?
Yeah, no doubt.
So you got to remember.
Sneakers y'all would have sold.
So you got to remember. You know how many kids are okay? And let's say Nebraska and Syracuse.
Jay, keep it real.
You my brother. How many kids you think?
What jacket did I have, and what hat did I wear?
Okay, but so how many kids you think go to school?
Influence.
Yeah, Cole.
How many kids you think go to Syracuse and Nebraska?
How many kids?
Yes. How many students?
It's like 90,000.
Okay,
maybe
so
more.
Back right there, right? Just by you being in that town, that's why he's trying to say it's different these days. Once you get on the Midnight Madness, once you get on TV, one game, right? These niggas are gonna get. Because I remember Russ when he opened up his Louisville after his first year, nigga had 60,000 followers on Instagram. So
yeah. Once you start putting that work,
to get like 80 more thousand fans in the next 6 months, right or wrong?
Yeah, and then also that's
it's realistic.
To your point, also another reason Nebraska is because Nebraska and that state, they're the only thing smoking there.
They're like the NBA team.
There's no pro teams, period, in the whole state. You know what I'm saying?
So he's going to be on billboards and all that shit out there.
Nebraska is the branding of that whole state. So opportunities for
you on the billboard yet?
Succeed. No, not yet, bro. But opportunity, they'll come.
Come on, it's going to be by December.
This is digital. They get changed after the first game. Shit has changed.
Yeah, because I remember with the Knicks, they had Melo on Times Square, and then when Jeremy Lin dropped 60 or 50 on Kobe, they took him right down and put up Jeremy Lin.
I'm trying to say I see why the NIL is is a real thing. These high school niggas is getting real money right now because let's keep it real.
They're supposed to. They deserve it.
Let's keep it real, Shay.
They deserve it.
Was you dressing like anybody on the Knicks?
They deserve it. Yeah,
did you get your hair
influencers.
cut like anybody on the Knicks? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many kids had that part down the middle like Steph?
Yeah.
How many kids had
no
the
doubt.
Adidas with the sock because of Felipe?
That's a fact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? How many kids was rocking Olafs? Like,
no doubt.
Rock,
You're right.
Rock,
they're the culture.
He's right, Rock. Rock, he just said
right,
he just said he started wearing Gap hats because of you.
Yeah,
my whole look.
Give him a bomb, Tone. That was for Rock. You would have.
That was the whole look. Gap hat.
That was for Rock. You would have never had that look.
That was just my look. I seen it.
Yeah, Rock. Yeah, Rock.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Rock.
But yeah, these kids took it to another level.
But that's the last time I keep it a buck. I'm keeping it.
Yeah, but you told Reggie Freeman last week that you went bald because you got the Jerry curl, S curl like Steph.
I did say that. Damn.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to say like that. I'm trying to prove a point of how big. I'm not no follower, not at all.
You just say how big they are.
I'm just saying at that time, I watched your MTV raps. Yeah, I watched Beat Street. Yeah, I watched not Beat Street. Video Music Box. Word Up. All those shows. But I didn't watch your video and say, "Damn, I want to go dress like Q-Tip," or "Damn, I want to go dress like Kwame." I never did none of that.
Yeah.
At the basketball games,
influencers, man.
I seen Steph walk in. He had the S curl with the part down the middle. I said, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I think I'm gonna do that. I seen Rock walking. Just I don't know what. Just the Averex, the collars was up, the Gap hat with the strap. The collars was up with the strap flapping crazy. The strap flapping crazy in the back. I was like, what kind of? That's not a fitted. That's not a starter hat. What kind of hat is that? And then when I was walking through the gallery, I was just seeing the same denim Gap hat right there in the gallery. I said,
so that was your look for that.
It was like 3 years.
Like 3 years.
Y'all
yeah, so Rock, man.
Memories, though, man.
Yo,
appreciate it.
Thank you for pulling up. Listen, you, Reggie Freeman. I mean, this is like, you guys are like, man, like I said,
took this shit a whole nother way.
Tone, you don't understand. Like, what I'm trying to say is like, now it's like when you see like JQ, Javon Quirley on TV. You know, you see like all of these guys that were on TV. Like, you know, it ain't the same when TV and ESPN and color TV just started. And niggas from New York is on TV.
Word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Different era, man. It's a different era. You know, like for me to be even mentioned, like, you know, we talk about the 90s and we talk about some of the best players that ever played in the 90s and stuff. Like, you know, it's an honor because there's so many dudes that, you know, we talked about and we touched over that I looked up to and I felt the same way about, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
to be mentioned in the same names as them, like, it's an honor to come from that era because that shit was no joke. You know what I'm saying? So that's love. I appreciate y'all.
Also, Red Stream is like the OG to you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because you're not OG to us. Because you're only like maybe a year or two older than us.
Yeah. No,
it's about 2 years older than us. You're not the OG to us. We're not looking at you like OG. We're looking at you like you was like we're just keeping 100 with you. You a city nigga that has swag.
Yeah, we're the same age. But like for me, I had,
you know what
like,
I mean?
Reg Freeman and Felipe and Charlie Jones, like all them dudes like that. Like I Charlton Clark, they was only a year ahead of me, and I was still like them niggas like Charlton Clark, Gary Saunders, Steph, all them. They was only 1 year ahead of me. But they were so talented that I'm chasing them. I'm looking at them like they the OGs, and them niggas is only a year older than me. That's how good this was.
Crazy.
Like,
but you just remember there was a way to carry yourself back then. Like you couldn't even be a goofy. It was like like today you could be top 10 and be a goofy and every like. You still had to walk like
now these niggas were like rappers.
Like I just got off tour with
now these niggas like rappers, huh?
For real.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dude, yo, Tone, I remember the craziest shit I've ever seen was.
That's crazy. You couldn't just be a basketball player back then. You had to be one of the realest niggas too.
Tone, we talking 95. I'm playing in Millbank, Rucker playoffs, dead ass. out and all of them. Like the era was different, Tone. The shit was real. Like Gary Saunders was just from the block with them. Nowadays, it's like these niggas is like, you know, like you see like Mikey Williams with fucking NBA YoungBoy just because he had 500 million followers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas was with niggas just because, like you said, Fat Joe was from your hood.
Yeah.
Wasn't no followers, wasn't no Instagram taking flicks.
Yeah.
You got any Fat Joe stories?
Now, you know what? I was a lot younger than Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? So he probably wouldn't even know me, but I was a shorty running around then.
Facts.
He was just on the corner doing his thing. Like, I just see him every day.
I guarantee you.
Thanks for being humble, but
Fat Joe knows who you are.
Fat Joe's a basketball.
Yeah.
He's really in tune in basketball.
Yeah, I know he's in tune, but he definitely probably wouldn't know that I actually grew up on the same block from him.
Okay, he probably wouldn't know that, but he knows.
Yeah. Because I'm talking about I'm a young shorty when he was on the block doing this
because
thing
Fat Joe was
with
doing
him and Pun and all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're a lot older than me.
You probably played Terror Squad when y'all won Rucker that year.
No, that's what I'm saying. That there was no rappers in that shit when I played. That was
What?
like a year or
straight
two
blocks.
after. It was all the hood niggas running Rucker at the time. That's what it was. Like I said, I played with Sugar Hill. You know what that was?
Yeah, Toe. He said I played with Sugar
You know what
Hill.
I'm saying?
Era was different.
Yeah. Then the rappers, they started commercializing it a little bit, and the rappers started coming around. But I had already bounced out the city then, and I never really came back.
Facts. Yeah. Well, man, thanks, man. We had you on here for an hour and a half, man. We ain't gonna do like this no more.
Enjoyed it.
But bro, thank you, man. This will be up for everybody. This will be up in the morning. This is episode 2. We had Reg Freeman last week. Yeah, we're gonna keep this flow. Oh yeah, your man Sham God just committed to us. So we're gonna have Sham on here too.
Another
so
legend.
yeah, I just want to let you know where we're going with this.
I don't know how I got through this whole joint and not mentioning Sham, but Sham was in the LSI. He was in the year ahead of me too. So I don't know. Shout out to Sham. I don't even know how that shit even slipped my mind. That's
well, you
crazy.
got to remember, Sham is just the most humblest, coolest person in the world.
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
you know, it's nothing personal with Sham. He's just real cool, man. He just humble dude, man. Fuck with Sham. I hit him in the DM, hit me right back, like let's rock. I got you. That meant everything to me, man.
Yep, no doubt.
You too.
Good nigga. No,
Reggie
it's all
too.
love, man. Yep.
Thank you, man. I appreciate this.
Anytime. Y'all hit me anytime.
Damn, go ahead, Tone.
One last thing. I want to say another thing. I want to. Did you start clapping the backboard?
Did I start clapping the backboard?
Did you? I think you was one of the first to start that. I'm keeping it real.
Nah, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of people did that
Facts.
I'm pretty sure about that.
That was a good way to end, Tone. That was a good one. Yo, Rock, thank you, my man. This will be up in the morning, all right?
No doubt, fam.
All right.